Hello everybody, and I decided to do an impromptu live stream today because it's a power day with this lunar eclipse happening in Capricorn, this series of eclipses that we're getting every 6 months really, of this energy of Cancer and Capricorn. And it's coming back again at the end of the year. So I thought that this would be a good time to check in with you once again and to look at the energies of this eclipse and see how you can use it in a positive way. Now, already here in Greece, it's 10 o'clock at night, so largely the energy of the day has gone. However, because these are such powerful eclipses, the energy is going to last for 3 to 6 months afterwards, and again come back in a big wave of energy around December and January time. So, Capricorn eclipse, we're dealing once again with the energies of Capricorn, which is serious, can be serious, not always, but there's an energy of needing to be productive, needing to feel useful. And this eclipse, as you can see, there are many things happening around the world right now, things coming to a head, all kinds of political things, earthquakes, volcanoes, all these energies, fires. And there are fires going on inside of us. It's like we're boiling up, there's a boiling energy. And with this being a lunar eclipse, I think that the emotions are running pretty high. I mean, it's quite normal to have crazy drivers in Greece, but really I had people right up my ass today. I mean, so close driving to me. You know, if I would have had to stop for an animal, that would have been the end. So, just be aware that the emotions might be running high and don't join in. Just say to yourself, that's okay, it's just one of these days, because also on an eclipse, it's an opportunity to change your behavior pattern. So the way in which you might normally react to something that might drive you a little crazy, or just one of your pet peeves, see if you can change it. See if you can see, because we're dealing with oppositional energy. And when there's oppositional energy, there's an opportunity to see yourself in a mirror and to see what you're actually doing. I had a great opportunity. I'm very fortunate that I've got an underground parking spot, and parking in my area is quite difficult, but I'm coming out of the garage and plop bang in the middle of where I need to get out is a car just parked. And then my neighbour comes home on her motorbike and she can't get in and I can't get out. And normally I have to say, you know, I go into hooting and go a little crazy sometimes. But I just felt, okay, this is eclipse day. This is one of those days where people are doing silly things sometimes. So it's an opportunity to break patterns of behavior. And I looked at my neighbour and we just smiled and we just said, okay, there, it is what it is. And we sat there 5-10 minutes, and eventually this lady came out of the shop and move the car. Not such a terrible thing. So important with eclipse energy not to get pulled into drama. Can have quite a dramatic energy to it. You may find that with Mercury retrograde as well in the mix, that you're repeating things. You might find yourself repeating, saying things to somebody and they're just not getting it. Or you might find that you're repeating, trying to get something done. And, well, you just seem to be pushing a little. Just try to be kind to people. My carpet man, this is the third time I've tried to get somebody to come and clean the carpets. And he was due at 1 o'clock. And 2:30, he's still not here. And I've got a client at 4. I'm thinking, okay, it is what it is. And bless him, you know, he showed up about almost 2 hours late, sweating, hot, on his own. I thought there's usually 3 of them. There he was on his own. And I just thought, oh, Barbara, just be kind. So I got him some water and tried to look after him, tried to remember the Cancerian energy. And that most people, most of the time, are not doing something deliberately to annoy you, to get in your way. It's just sometimes, it's just how it is. And because so many aspects are accumulating together that could create frustration, it's even more important for us to try to take a step back and say to yourself in true Capricorn fashion, is this really important? Is this really going to matter a week from now, a month from now? Is it? And really try to think about it just before you get that flare up. And you might find that you can change somebody's whole day, your day for sure, but also maybe somebody else's. So that's just my little take. And yes, it's quite normal to feel exhausted. Definitely, Angela. I have gone in and out of it. I get waves when I feel like I'm being almost drugged. And then I go and have a cool shower and feel a whole lot better. So whatever it is that you can do to change your energy. Showers are good, dancing is good, singing is good, chanting is good, spinning is good. Whatever it is that just takes you onto a different frequency. Just distract yourself from that groove. So yeah, exhaustion is quite common. The other thing that is quite common is putting on weight. Feeling as though you're sort of blowing up a little bit like a balloon. And that can happen again because of the eclipse energy, the full moon energy, the energy of Mercury retrograde. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take. And so sometimes there is a reverting to food and comfort, especially with the Cancerian energy. There's a real need for nourishment. The good news is that as the eclipse fades over the next few days, it's still energy-wise quite strong for 3 to 6 months, but nonetheless the next 2 weeks starting from tomorrow are really good for detoxing. Anything that you want to, if you want to really get rid of things that you no longer need, physically, mentally, emotionally, it's a great time for doing that. So that's the good bit that comes afterwards. it might be just a time to let yourself rest. I think rest is important. Really, because the energies are so strong, it's quite important if your body is saying, hey, I need to conk out for a little while, let yourself conk out. I did that this afternoon. I was so knackered after the carpet man and then the clients and then all of that. It was like, because I love doing clients, I love doing readings, but it was just a lot in one go, and then I just had a little nap for about 20 minutes and felt great afterwards. It was like, oh, I woke up with renewed vigor. So if you need little naps or even longer naps, yes, do it. Just give yourself permission to do it, yeah? You don't have to stoically continue. You see, the energy of Capricorn is often very stoic. I can do it, I'll continue, I will push through. Sometimes it's not necessary. Yes, of course, if you've got a job and you've got to work, but maybe you just get home and you just rest. And just allow the energy to wash over you and allow your body, your inner workings to renew themselves, to reset, to reboot. That's the best thing, one of the best things you can do with all this powerful energy. Not to get into fighting, but get into just surrendering to it. When I look at this, thinking deeply and meditating on this energy of Capricorn and Cancer that we're dealing with, and whether you're a Capricorn or a Cancer, or a Libra and an Aries, there's certainly the cardinal signs are feeling this very strongly, but it doesn't matter because all the signs are being affected right now, all of you, because we've got Uranus in Taurus, so that's affecting all the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius and Leo, and Neptune in Pisces affecting all the mutable signs, Pisces, Gemini, Sag, Virgo. So all of us are being profoundly affected, particularly by the outer planet transits and these eclipses. So whatever you can do to bring a balance between working and being productive and being nourishing and feeling nourished. So the Capricorn energy rules your rituals of your day, the things that you do. You get up, you might have your shower, you might pray, you might meditate, you might have a walk, you might do exercise. There are certain rituals that you do. And also the ritual of earning money and working and saving and all those things that are very practical things. So the Capricorn energy is dealing, happy birthday Liz, happy lunar eclipse birthday. So this Capricorn energy is very much dealing with your day-to-day life. And the eclipse gives you an opportunity to look at how you are spending your time. Are you spending your time in a way that is meaningful for you? Of course, you might not feel as though every moment is meaningful. We can strive certainly towards that. But what is it that you want to profoundly change? What habit pattern do you want to break? What habit pattern would you like to start? Maybe you'd like to write regularly. For me, it's posting every day, if I can, on Instagram. You can find me there at Barbara Gold 111. Do join me for my daily 1-minute Astro Sound Bites or Astro Video Bites, just to give you the flavour, a taste of what the day has. And I try to post, shall we say, 6 days a week. So what is it you would like, what habit pattern would you like to create with the Capricorn energy? Because Capricorn very much wants to feel as though it's accomplishing something. Yeah, likes to feel, yeah, I've got a plan, I've got a direction, I've got a strategy, and this is what I'm going to do. So I'm also, one of my strategies that I'm doing as well for this eclipse is I'm going to get more dental work done. The eclipse in Capricorn has to do with your bones and your teeth and anything to do with structure. So I've organised all that to happen. I have to say I do it with some trepidation. I don't know anybody who jumps into the dentist's chair with alacrity and says, go ahead and drill. But what is it that you want to do? Maybe it's diet. Maybe you want to make a habit of eating certain foods that nourish you. Maybe it's a habit of taking more care of your teeth, your hair, your body, your physical. It's all around your physical environment. Capricorn has everything to do with the physical. So these are all things that you can do to satisfy the Capricorn energy. Looking at your time management. Now, and also finding balance. It's always this energy of balance. So you don't want to be too much working, because Capricorn could work all the time, happily, to feel productive, to feel useful. And Cancer, now we're dealing with Cancer. The Sun is in Cancer, Venus is in Cancer. So we've got this Cancerian energy that we're dealing with, the opposite energy. And the opposite energy has everything to do with feeding your soul. So you've got the external world, which is the 3D world, which is this Capricorn energy. Thank you for the good wishes with the dentist. So the Capricorn energy, very much about your tangible world around you. And the Cancer energy, your soul. What does your soul need to feel nourished? And I think it's the soul energy that is the part of us that is the one that is hungry, crying out. Cancer rules food. And so many of us, including me sometimes, eating food for that nourishment. Yeah, but there's only so much you can eat at a time. And then there's still maybe that feeling of my soul needs something more. I want to connect with my soul family. That's why this is so nourishing for me to be online with you here. I feel like I'm hugging you all, and you are hugging me too, because there is a resonance that we're sharing. And I think that it's so important to remember the balance of what will feed my soul, and really ask yourself that question. We might want to share now, perhaps you can share. What is it that feeds your soul? What do you need to incorporate into your life that is going to give you that feeling of being filled up? Because food can't do it. I mean, it's very nice, very tasty. It's very enjoyable. I know it and I love food. But a good meal doesn't satisfy that soul longing on the inside. So what is it? Music can help, for sure. Music can really help. What is it? Swimming, being in nature, being creative. For me, it's certainly when I'm painting, when I'm creating music. What gives you the feeling of calm? You see, Cancer is the mother. And so many of us have got children not only physical children, but the child within you that is crying out for something to nourish it. And yeah, food, more money, sex, all these things, they don't last. You have to keep having them and keep having them and keep having them. I'm not arguing that those things are not wonderful. But there is something deeper that you're being asked to discover. Something where you look into the eyes of a child and you see that innocence and you see that trust and you see that faith. Yes, your dog. Thank you, Judith. Absolutely animals. So really focus upon that part of you as well. All of the major religions, they've got rituals. Yeah, you do this on a Sunday, you do this on a Saturday, you eat this, you don't eat that, you don't eat fish at this time, you have Lent, you have kosher, you have halal. Yeah, you've got all the different rituals. Those are or you've got chanting, you've got prostrations if you're a Buddhist, all the different things that are ritualized. That's the Capricorn end. And that has a certain value. And then you're looking at balancing that with the mystical side of life. The side of life that I don't think we can ever understand. Can we ever really understand the miracle of being born? That we were all at one point born? It's just such a miracle. So the mystical side of religions, the Gnostics, the Christians, the Kabbalah. Thank you very much for your generosity, Prasanta. This is also the side that has to be incorporated into our lives. So the external world has been magnified, what with, thank you very much, Sonia, thank you. It's been magnified with materialism and comfort and all these things, yet it is, thank you, Mary, it's the blend of walking the middle path. So you can go too deeply into the mystical path and not live and appreciate having a physical body, because certainly Saturn, ruler of Capricorn, is about your physical body, your physical well-being, taking care of that. Being thankful that you have a vehicle to express the spiritual and to enjoy the physical. Yeah, the body has certain needs, and those needs need to be satisfied as long as they're in balance. And then this whole energy of developing your internal world. And when you develop your internal world and you satisfy the inside, then the outside is less stressful to deal with, because you've got something in reserve that you know you can return to at any time. And this is this balance that I'm seeing with these energies that keep recurring. We had them at the beginning of the year, we've got them at the middle of this year, we've got them again at the end of this year, and in the middle of 2020. So we're building up with all this Capricorn energy, especially to this Saturn-Pluto conjunction that everybody's talking about coming up on the 12th of January of next year. And this has everything to do with how we are structuring our world. Corporations, business, politics, our earth, how we're taking care of our earth. All of these things are coming into the mix. So we're looking in our own personal lives, and we're also taking this out to our global world. Yeah, what's happening with 5G? What's happening with all these conspiracy theories that are being revealed? Are they true? Are they not? How are we dealing with shining our individual light? You have a light that only you can shine. And how can you shine that light? And that's what these eclipses are, an opportunity to in some ways, just push you to shine. Thank you very much, Rachel, for your generosity. Great to have you online. So it's an opportunity here. Eclipses are opportunities. They're not necessarily comfortable times. That's why the energy drain is often evident. It's like, whoa, this is all a bit too much. I need to take a nap or a rest. Fine. They are also opportunities for deep self-transformation. You may find yourself with the Capricorn energy going back to your ancestors, looking backwards. Capricorn has a tendency to want to accumulate things, right? Has a tendency to hold on to this, hold on to that, hold on to this. Oh, that might be useful. You never know when you might need that. Yes, they're very good at making use of things. And the eclipse may encourage you to release, let go of things that you don't need anymore, and to be able to discern the difference as to what you need and what you can just release and let go of. What is a burden to you? Saturn, it's about releasing your burdens. Yeah? And a lot of the burdens are self-inflicted. I can only speak for myself. You know, if the technology is not working, well, it's no use getting angry about it. No use bashing around and what have you. It's much more sensible with the Capricorn energy to find a solution and say, all right, how can I solve this? It's because the Cancer energy wants to get into, oh, poor me. It's not working how I want it to. Yeah? And the Capricorn says, hey, it's all right. You don't need to cry about this. It's about knowing when to cry. When is something appropriate for tears? And when are the tears just tantrum tears? When are you having a tantrum? And when is it something that's touched your soul? Something that's gone deep. That's what you're juggling here. The astrology is always this energy of trying to find the balance. And you've got the balance between this emotional energy of the Cancer, very, very emotional. Yeah, I know it, I'm Cancer rising, you know, I mean, I do have that emotional drama side, and I have to keep it in check. Yes, I have to really just get aware of it. You know, when am I going into drama queen? Oh, here it comes. Here she comes. And then to remind, okay, Capricorn, let's be sensible. And I always used to draw to me Capricorn men, because these Capricorn men were the sensible balance to all this Cancerian emotional stuff. So again, Capricorn can be very constructive, puts in a lot of effort that pays off, but sometimes doesn't pay attention to the emotions. So it's learning how to operate your system, your operating system, how to use your operating system in a way that works for you, that is optimum. And that's what the portal of this Capricorn Cancer energy is offering to you today. So I'm just thrilled to be online with you. I'm probably going to start doing some online teachings, courses, inspirations. So I hope that you will join me for some of those. I'll promote them as and when, but I'm getting a feeling that I'm to be doing that. So what I would like to take is, if anybody's got is maybe 1 or 2 or 3 questions, anything that's coming up. I would love to know, I'd love you to share here, what feeds your soul? What do you need to do in your life that's going to give you the food for soul? Yeah, not just the physical things to put down and in you, but what takes you into that magical place. Because the soul place is a magical place. The soul place is the mystical place. Okay, love, meditation. Thank you for sharing. It's just great to have some kind of interaction with you here. That's the whole point in being alive. In being live is to have creation, to be creative. Dance, music, thank you. Animals, nature, photography, the earth. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Hiking in the woods. Beautiful. Helping people. Yeah, that's food for your soul. Doing something that feels as though you're doing something for somebody else. Very nurturing. Writing poetry. Beautiful. Painting. Singing. Everything that is creative. Beautiful. Thank you. Walking barefoot in nature. Yes. Being with people. Giving gifts. Lovely. So for me, you're my family. I want to thank you so much for being with me today. I hope that you're going to really be able to find the middle path between the serious Capricorn productive energy and the gentle, nurturing, softer energy of the Cancer. So I want to thank you so much for being with me today on this special day. I hope you'll join me on Instagram. For those of you that don't know yet, I'm at Barbara Gold 111. And I'm doing almost every day 1-minute Astro Bites. So any feedback you want to give me, I always welcome. I read all the comments. I'd appreciate it if you like the video, if you did like it. I'm hoping that my sound is better today. I've got a microphone, a big one of those big things that you look like you could eat. And I hope that the sound is of good quality for you. So thank you very much for listening, and much love to you. I'll just say bye for now.